begin, what comes to mind when you think of mindfulness and meditation? Yes.
Peacefulness.
That's a good one.
Being relaxed.
Buddhism.
That's a common one. What else? Does anybody know what mindfulness actually is? Yeah.
Take a shot at being aware.
Okay, that's a really big part of it. Yeah. So you guys all hit the nail on the head. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So it helps us activate the parts of our brains that we don't usually use when we're just going through our everyday lives. And an important aspect of mindfulness is acceptance or avoiding harsh judgments. So it's a way to alleviate suffering by going more deeply into the present moment and accepting ourselves for who we really are. Okay, so I want you guys to raise your hand if you find yourself worrying about your future and where your life is headed.
Oh yeah. Always.
Of course. You often think about the past and regret certain decisions you've made. You find it hard to give your full attention to people. You find yourself overwhelmed by your thoughts.
Just keep your hand.
So see how many people go through these things every day? So reasons to practice mindfulness meditation. You'll be better able to understand your own feelings and take control of them. You will be able to give your full attention to the people around you and connect with them better. It helps to deal with stress. You can improve your ability to focus. It helps reduce the busy mind filled with overactive thoughts. And this part is really cool to me because I'm very interested in lucid dreaming. It may also increase the likelihood and frequency of lucid dream experiences. And if you don't know, a lucid dream is a dream state characterized by awareness and positivity. It's really cool. So some misconceptions about mindfulness. It isn't about fixing yourself. Remember, the key is acceptance. So not judging yourself, being aware of who you are, and being okay with that, not trying to change it. It's not about stopping your thoughts. It's more about being aware of when you have them and giving yourself the power to control them, so not letting them overpower you. It doesn't belong to a religion, so I know somebody said Buddhism. Buddhists do practice mindfulness meditation, but it's not like exclusive to a religion. So yeah, many people think that only Buddhists practice it, but anybody can do it, literally anybody. It's not an escape from reality, and it's not a solution or a remedy for all difficulties. So the basics of mindfulness. Find some free time and a quiet place with little distractions. Pay attention to the present moment and avoid judging your own thoughts. And if you do find yourself judging your thoughts, make a mental note of it and let it pass, and then return to observing the present moment. Be kind to your wandering mind. Don't wrestle your thoughts. Just recognize whenever unwanted thoughts pop up and bring yourself back.
Oh, so hi guys. So I'm going to talk about stress in college and the actual research that's done with mindfulness and meditation, and then how it applies to us as college students. So basically, like, college is stressful. I know, like, many of you guys stressed out, like getting your assignments done, studying for class, and then trying to have a social life as well. So combination of academic pressure, grades, assignments, all that good stuff, and allotting time to study, enjoy leisure and social activities, and other stressors can place a significant burden on you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Stress contributes to various mental health and physical complications, such as depression and anxiety are common psychological symptoms that arise from significant stress amongst college students. Holding back stress can lead to unhealthy coping strategies such as drinking, alcohol extensively, drug use, change of eating patterns, all that. So this is some of like the correlation of mindfulness meditation and some of like the positive traits. So if you're like practicing mindfulness meditation and you have high levels of it, you're more likely to be open to experience, emotional, have increased intelligence, self-esteem rises as well. You're more optimistic, more positive. You have overall life satisfaction, and you're more compassionate. Also vitality, self-actualization. That's like being aware of who you are. Autonomy, confidence, and relatedness, and then overall you're fulfilled in your life. But on the contrary to that, if you don't practice mindfulness meditation, you're more involved in rumination, thinking about stuff too much, neuroticism, depression, anxiety, difficulties in emotional regulation, avoidance, self-consciousness, being too much aware of who you are and all your discrepancies and all that, social anxiety, negative effect, and absent-mindedness. So this was an actual study that was done in the college environment where Shear, Hunt, and Cosby, they wanted to find the effectiveness of mindfulness meditation or stress of mindfulness-based stress reduction strategies in the college environment. So they had 3 groups. So it was one that was a 4-week program, where all of them were 4-week programs, but one is the actual yoga setting environment. They actually practice the skill of meditation. So in that condition, it was like a yoga room, kind of like this, with the setting, with the lighting. And it provided with all mats and blocks and consisted of a basic yoga exercise. So one thing in mindfulness meditation, you practice breathing a lot, stretching, balancing, and controlling stress response. The other group, which was really kind of cool, they had a dog involved, like a therapy dog. So the students got to interact with the therapy dog, and they were provided snacks, and it kind of mimicked like a fun social study break. And then the other group, it was no treatment. They just simply were asked to fill out a questionnaire. So some of the results that we found is that it found a significant effect on anxiety and dysphoric affect on both the mindfulness training and the active control group. So it found like it kind of reduced it more. Over the 4-week program, the mindfulness group showed considerable advantage in reducing state anxiety compared to the dog therapy group. And then some of the implications of this study is that mindfulness and stress reduction program is a powerful yet simple tool in helping students cope with stress and anxiety. And second, was found useful for students in managing their stress response when confronted with cognitive thinking challenges. So mostly when we're in students, we're mostly thinking about papers, how to write stuff, how to begin it. So it showed that it was effective to reduce that stress and then actually help in facilitating that.
Okay, so we have a video, it's a TED Talk. A man talks about how mindfulness affected his life and all the benefits that it has.
Incredibly busy world. The pace of life is often frantic, our minds are always busy, and we're always doing something. So with that in mind, I'd like just to take a moment to think, when did you last take any time to do nothing? Just 10 minutes, undisturbed. And when I say nothing, I do mean nothing. So that's no emailing, texting, no internet, no TV, no chatting, no eating, no reading. Not even sitting there reminiscing about the past or planning for the future. Simply doing nothing. I see a lot of very blank faces. My thinking is it's probably have to go a long way back. And this is an extraordinary thing, right? We're talking about our mind. The mind, our most valuable and precious resource, through which we experience every single moment of our life. The mind that we rely upon to be happy, content, emotionally stable as individuals, and at the same time to be kind and thoughtful and considerate in our relationships with others. This is the same mind that we depend upon to be focused, creative, spontaneous, and to perform at our very best in everything that we do. And yet, we don't take any time out to look after it. In fact, we spend more time looking after our cars, our clothes, and our hair than we, okay, maybe not our hair, but you see where I'm going. The result, of course, is that we get stressed. You know, the mind whizzes away like a washing machine going round and round, lots of difficult, confusing emotions. And we don't really kind of know how to deal with that. And the sad fact is that we are so distracted that we're no longer present in the world in which we live. We miss out on the things that are most important to us. And the crazy thing is that everybody just assumes, well, that's the way life is, so we just kind of got to get on with it. That's really not how it happens. So I was about 11 when I went along to my first meditation class. And trust me, it had all the stereotypes that you can imagine, the sitting cross-legged on the floor, the incense, the herbal tea, the vegetarians, the whole deal. But my mum was going and I was intrigued, so I went along with her. I'd also seen a few kung fu movies, and secretly I kind of thought I might be able to learn how to fly, but I was very young at the time, you know. Now, as I was there, you know, I guess like a lot of people, I assumed that it was just an aspirin for the mind. You get stressed, you do some meditation. I hadn't really thought that it could be sort of preventative in nature. Until I was about sort of 20, when a number of things happened in my life in quite quick succession. Really serious things which just flipped my life upside down, and all of a sudden I was inundated with thoughts, inundated with difficult emotions that I didn't know how to cope with. Every time I sort of pushed one down, another one would just sort of pop back up again. It was a really very stressful time. I guess we all deal with stress in different ways. Some people will bury themselves in work, grateful for the distraction. Others will turn to their friends, their family, looking for support. Some people hit the bottle, start taking medication. My own way of dealing with it was to become a monk. So I quit my degree, I headed off to the Himalayas, I became a monk, and I started studying meditation. People often ask me, you know, what I learned from that time. Well, obviously it changed things, you know. Let's face it, becoming a celibate monk is going to change a number of things. But it was more than that. You know, it taught me, it gave me greater appreciation and understanding for the present moment. By that I mean not being lost in thought, not being distracted, not being overwhelmed by difficult emotions, but instead learning how to be in the here and now, how to be mindful, how to be present. I think the present moment is so underrated. It sounds so ordinary, and yet we spend so little time in the present moment that it's anything but ordinary. There was a research paper that came out of Harvard just recently that said on average our minds are lost in thought almost 47% of the time. 47%. At the same time, this sort of constant mind wandering is also a direct cause of unhappiness. Now, we're not here for that long anyway. But to spend almost half of our life lost in thought and potentially quite unhappy, I don't know, yeah, it kind of seems tragic actually, especially when there's something we can do about it. When there's a positive, practical, achievable, scientifically proven technique which allows our mind to be more healthy, to be more mindful and less distracted. And the beauty of it is that even though it kind of need only take about 10 minutes a day, it impacts our entire life. But we need to know how to do it. We need an exercise, we need a framework to learn how to be more mindful. That's essentially what meditation is. It's familiarizing ourselves with the present moment. But we also need to know how to approach it in the right way to get the best from it. And that's what these are for, in case you've been wondering. Because most people assume that meditation is all about sort of stopping thoughts, getting rid of emotions, somehow controlling the mind. But actually it's quite different from that. It's more about sort of stepping back, sort of seeing the thought clearly, witnessing it coming and going, emotions coming and going without judgment, but with a relaxed, focused mind. So for example, right now, if I focus too much on the balls, then there's no way that I can relax and talk to you at the same time. Equally, if I relax too much talking to you, then there's no way I can focus on the balls. I'm going to drop them. Now in life and in meditation, there'll be times when the focus becomes a little bit too intense and life starts to feel a bit like this. It's a very uncomfortable way to live life when we get this tight and stressed. At other times, we might take our foot off the gas a little bit too much and things just become a sort of like this. And of course, in meditation, we can end up falling asleep. So we're looking for a balance, a focused relaxation where we can allow thoughts to come and go without all the usual involvement. Now, what usually happens when we're learning to be mindful is that we get distracted by a thought. Let's say this is an anxious thought. So everything's going fine, and then we see the anxious thought, and it's like, oh, didn't realise I was worried about that. You go back to it, repeat it. Oh, I am worried. Oh, I really am worried. Wow, there's so much anxiety. And before we know it, right, we're anxious about feeling anxious. You know, this is crazy. We do this all the time, even on an everyday kind of level. If you think about the last time, I don't know, you had a wobbly tooth. You know it's wobbly, and you know that it hurts. But what do every 20, 30 seconds? I don't know. And we reinforce the storyline, right? And we just keep telling ourselves. And we do it all the time. It's only in learning to watch the mind in this way that we can start to let go of those storylines and patterns of mind. But when you sit down and you watch the mind in this way, you might see many different patterns. You might find a mind that's really sort of restless and the whole time. You know, don't be surprised if you feel a bit agitated in your body when you sit down to do nothing and your mind feels like that. You might find a mind that's very sort of dull and boring, and it's just almost mechanical. It just sort of seems to, it's as if you're just sort of getting up, going to work, eat, sleep, get up. Or it might just be that one little nagging thought that just goes round and round and round to your mind. Whatever it is, meditation offers the opportunity, the potential to step back and to get a different perspective, to see that things aren't always as they appear. You know, we can't change every little thing that happens to us in life, but we can change the way that we experience it. That's the potential of meditation, of mindfulness. You don't have to burn any incense, and you definitely don't have to sit on the floor. All you need to do is to take 10 minutes out a day to step back, to familiarize yourself with the present moment so that you get to experience a greater sense of focus, calm, and clarity in your life. Thank you very much.
So we're actually going to practice mindfulness meditation right now.
So how's everybody feeling right now? Tired? You all right? Did you like the video? Kind of cool. So right now, we're going to start actually doing the activity. So I need you guys to get all kind of loose, get comfortable, fix yourself, stand up if you have to. We're going to close the eyes, make a little bit in here, set the mood. Okay, so is everyone kind of comfortable? Is that all right? You got a spot. If you want, you can sit on the floor, sit on the table, sit in your spot. All good? So I need you guys to start paying attention to your body movements, how your legs are right now. Are they comfortable? Are they anxious? Are they moving around? Are you just stationary? And also your posture. Are you really uptight, very stiff? That can make things kind of hard. Are you hunched over? We need you to like kind of sit regular, not so tense. Like your shoulders feel a little tight, just kind of drop them. Now pay attention to your hands. Are you moving them? Are they sweaty? Are you just kind of there? Are they by your side? Are they moving like knees?
No.
Just, just keep your hands calm. Just relax. Now I need you guys to pay attention to how you're looking. Drop your chin, let your gaze fall down into the ground. If you want, you can close your eyes, you don't have to. Just kind of get in the mood. Now pay attention to your breath, how it's coming in. Slow breaths in, deep breaths out. Is it like a strong breath? Do you feel a little anxious while doing it? Pay attention to how the air flows through your body. Now, notice your thoughts. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Is a thought passing by? Did you notice something? Did you remember something?